Hello, hello. There's a lot of you. Really nice. Thank you for coming. So, I hope you're enjoying Split. It's really sunny. It's really nice. And today, I'm going to talk about the leading liquid staking protocol for Matic staking, Lido on Polygon. My name is Jakov, and I work in Shard Labs. So, before we start, I want to ask you a question. Who knows about liquid staking? Who knows about Lido? Raise your hand. Okay, pretty good, most of you. Still, I want to set the stage. I want to ensure that all of us know the basics and that we are on the same page. So, yeah, this is me. I look similar. This is my handle, Shard Jakov. It works both on Telegram and Twitter. So if you want to reach out, if you want to work, or if you just want to ask some questions, feel free to reach out, and I'm quite responsive. Before we start with integrations with the things that you can do with ST-Matic token, I want to explain why liquid staking. I want to go first through some light technical details, just so you understand what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to talk about the actual opportunities you can have with liquid token. So why liquid staking? Why not regular traditional staking? If you want to stake in a traditional way, if you want to stake your Matic tokens, you are sacrificing potential rewards, returns in the DeFi sphere, and vice versa. If you want to earn in DeFi, you're sacrificing your validator reward that you can get. With liquid staking, you can get both, best of both worlds. So you can stake your native protocol tokens, in this case Matic. You get the ST asset that is fully liquid, and trust me, we worked really hard to build a lot of liquidity for you to be able to use it in various DeFi protocols. And if you want to exit, you can do it immediately. You can just swap your token. I'm going to go through some specifics for Polygon POS, but in general, these things are valid for all of the networks. And if you want to integrate as a company, as a protocol, institution, if you want to provide your users with some earning capabilities, it gives you way better flexibility because you're not locked out if you want to stake your users' tokens. You don't have to wait for unstake. You can just move away. You can change the strategy. You're really, really agile with your strategies. This is a very simple graphic. Generally, it's valid for all of the Lido protocols. For Lido on Polygon, it's a bit more complex. But generally, you get your native tokens. You stake them into Lido on Polygon or Lido on Ethereum, Lido on Solana. You immediately receive the ST token, and you're good. You can use it in DeFi. Why is it a bit different for Polygon? Because Polygon POS has a Tendermint architecture, and you actually need to stake the token on the Ethereum side. So how it works on the Polygon, you take your Matic token, you stake it into Lido on Polygon, you receive the token, you bridge it to Polygon, and then you use it. What are the other Polygon POS specifics? First of all, they're regarding the validator set. One of the core parts of every Lido protocol are node operators. They are professional entities that are running validators for certain networks, and they are running the actual liquid staking protocol. In Polygon POS, there is a limited number of validators. Currently, it's 100. And recently, there was a Polygon improvement proposal that introduced a mechanism for kicking out and replacing the validators that are not performing the best or that are gone fully offline. That means that this mechanism and this restriction also puts a restriction for Lido to choose the node operators that will be running and supporting the Lido on Polygon network. Unstaking. Polygon POS supports unstaking. You can unstake your tokens. It takes 80 checkpoints for your unstake request to mature, which is usually around 2 to 3 days, depending on the network activity. And about slashing, You're probably familiar that in proof-of-stake networks, if you as a validator are not behaving well, you're getting slashed. Currently, slashing is not enabled. However, there are plans to enable the slashing in the future. For liquid staking protocol, from the user's perspective, that is good because you're having your rewards more constant. If the validator is not performing well, you will not lose any of your money, of the value. You will just have slower value gain. Now to explain what are the fees, how is the reward distribution working. Currently, staking rewards on the Polygon POS networks are around 4.7%. Out of these rewards, 10% is for fees. Half of the fees are going to the node operators as an additional incentive and as a reward for participating in the protocol, and half of the fees are actually going into Lido DAO treasury. 90% of the accumulated rewards are going to users, to estimatic token holders. They are getting restaked. Every day, every 24 hours, a transaction happens, reward distribution transactions, that withdraws all the rewards on all the node operators and distributes rewards in this fashion. All right, so Lido on Polygon version 2, what is that? Yeah, version 2 is everywhere. If you followed Lido on Polygon from the beginning, we released, of course, first version 1, which was really good. We didn't have any problems with it. But during the first couple of months, during the first 6 to 8 months, we noticed some things that could be improved, both for users, for stakers, but also for node operators, and some features that would allow future scaling and future adoption. So I like to call it the summer body version of Lido, the lightweight version. We stripped all the redundant code. We did rewrite of the entire code base for greater readability, which also makes it easier for smart contract auditors, for bug bounty hunters to identify and find parts of the codes that might be vulnerable. So long term, this is very important for the security of the protocol. For node operators, to be honest, there was a big friction for onboarding in the version 1. They were required to actually move the ownership of the, to move the ownership of their validator to the Lido smart contract. And not all of the node operators, not all of the validators were fine with that, which is understandable. In Lido on Polygon version 2, that is no longer required. If you apply, if you get onboarded, you just need to provide the address where you want to receive rewards, and that's it. All the operations, all the stuff that you want to do, they stay the same as they were before you joined Lido on Polygon. You're just contributing to the protocol and getting more delegations. One of the highlights of Lido on Polygon version 2 is rebalancing. In Lido on Polygon version 1, that was more or less manual work. With onboarding of the new waves of node operators, you're getting a couple of new node operators that initially have 0 Matic tokens delegated by the protocol, which is not great. And you have the old node operator set with a lot of Matic tokens. Now we are doing rebalancing both on delegations and undelegations. And on this next slide, I want to show you the current distribution of the stake among Lido on Polygon node operators. As you can see, there are currently 11 node operators, with 6 of them having a bit larger stake amount, from 9.3% to 11.9%, and 5 of them with just 6.3%. Why is that? That is because we just recently onboarded 5 new node operators a month ago, and we still need more stake. We still need more delegations for the rebalancing to fully happen, so for the stake to fully even out across all of them. But it's getting there. If you took a look at this picture a week ago, it was a way, way bigger difference than now. And now, I think we are fine with these soft technical details. Now I want to talk what can you actually do with STmatic tokens. So here first some numbers. Currently we have around 120 million of dollars staked into a Lido on Polygon, which is a quite good number, especially in the current bearish markets. We have 3.5 thousand unique addresses that deposited to the Lido on Polygon. And we are pretty much covering the entire Polygon DeFi ecosystem. And Lido is not just for retail, and it's not just for institutions. Lido is trying to cover the entire landscape. So we are trying to integrate with various custody providers, exchanges, neobanks, funds, and also DeFi applications. And if you want to integrate, if you're a protocol project working in the Polygon ecosystem, or you want to start working, we are fully open source. We have a Lido on Polygon SDK, which makes it way easier for you to integrate. And of course, you have me, so you can reach out to me, and we can tailor the integration if it's necessary. What can you do with STmatic in DeFi specifically? Well, pretty much anything you want, but I want to highlight 3 of the most popular uses that we see for STmatic. You can use it as collateral to borrow Matic or to borrow a stablecoin. You can just LP STmatic with some other coin, with Matic, to earn yield on Curve or Balancer, which are our biggest liquidity pools. Or you can do leverage staking. And what are the next steps? So I want to highlight STmatic compound listing. The proposal is currently live on the Compound Governance Forum, and this would greatly help in the decentralization, not just relying on Aave. So I would highly encourage you, if you want to see this happen, to visit the forum, maybe leave a short comment, and that will help listing a lot. Also, there will be a community call at the last day of this month for Compound, where we are probably going to finalize this listing. I hope so. Aave supply cap raise, I don't know if you're following, we are constantly hitting the supply caps. Currently, the limit of 30 million is reached, so we want to move it to 35 million. And in general, DeFi ecosystem expansion. We are working really closely with in the entire Polygon ecosystem, so whenever a new interesting protocol pops out, we are in touch, and we are trying to make STmatic happen on that protocol. From the technical side, we are going to release a new entry in our widget, in our UI. It's going to be a DeFi dashboard. So for you, as a STmatic holder, you'll be able just to click on a new tab, and you will see all the integrations listed, all the returns, current returns you can get with these different integrations, and you won't have to search through DeFi, Llama, and all other protocols, find what can I do with STmatic. So it will be all on the homepage. Generally, we are working with all the interesting wallets and infrastructure protocols. We are trying to get STmatic integrated with all your favorite wallets and user interfaces. And finally, UX improvements. I cannot give you any details more than that. But I hope that by the end of this year, I'll be able to share something really exciting, something really big. I could even call it Lido on Polygon version 2.5. But yeah, aside of that, I don't want to give you any details. So that's a small alpha. And yeah, that's it. I hope this was not too difficult to understand. Once again, this is my handle. Feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, I think we have almost a minute for questions. Thank you.